So currently we are on our second cruise together. The first cruise was our honeymoon cruise, and this one is just a second cruise because I really love cruises now.
Yeah, just 3 months apart. She liked the first one so much. And we got a big discount on this one, so.
Yes. So this is cool. Look at the background. See all of that? We're in Ensenada, Mexico. Isn't that cool? Check that out. And so we're about to head out today. It's our final day here. And
I know this one we're doing.
it's our final day in Ensenada. Yeah. And then we have another day of at sea, being at sea, and then
Not at sea, and then a day in worth the last place.
we're just at sea, and then we're back to Long Beach, Long
No,
Beach,
no,
California.
Friday, I think Friday morning is when we go.
Yeah, it is. Today's
It's
Wednesday.
so we have tomorrow. We have a day.
Thursday at sea. Day at sea, and then after that
You mean
we're back in
from
Long Beach.
Wednesday all the way till Friday morning.
Yes. Yes. Our first day we were kind of at sea, so. But yeah, so that's one of the things that we enjoy as a interracial age gap couple, relationship couple, whatever you want to call it. What else do we
Our
enjoy?
life on $2K a month, but it's a little more than $2K a month, a little more than $2K a month each, I guess.
Say that again.
Well, when both couples are paying their money, you can you can talk about living millionaire life on $2K a month. You know, two people together each both making $2K a month.
True.
But inflation adjusted, you need a little more than that. We started the concept of 4 years ago.
Yeah, so this is another great thing that we mentioned recently was the fact that, because we're a couple, we split everything 50-50. And that's great as opposed to just one person paying for everything, So I think in a relationship, that's one of the benefits. That's a great benefit because you see a price and you're like, yeah, and then it's cut in half because you got your partner there with you. And some people are like, everything is together, which I get and stuff, but it's smart to have two separate accounts, bank accounts. Somebody mentioned recently, they're like, because we're married, we're supposed to have the same account. But who says you have to follow that rule? You don't necessarily have to follow that rule. And when it comes to relationships, 50-50 is really great. But also having your own bank account, especially for a woman, I'm like, I feel empowered to have my own bank account. And I pay my own bills. So I'm not going to be like, okay, well, Edward's taking care of everything. That's just not how we work. It just don't work in that way.
You're actually making more than me monthly right now, so.
True. So that's great, but that's one of those things of some people say back in the day, when guys always used to pay for everything, and it just was that type of situation where the woman was at home, she was taking care of the kids and stuff like that. Totally different day and age. We're from two different generations and whatnot, but we're still about each individual person has to give their part of the relationship, and that's important. So yeah, let's mention that. But yeah, let's keep going. Let's talk about more. Because we got this beautiful background, so I'm not trying to just end it.
You just want to finish up with the family, how the families accepted us.
We kind of mentioned that with your family and my family, how they're both accepting of our relationship. But I wonder about other people, if how they would kind of deal with things if their family isn't accepting of their relationship. The way I see it is that, your life is your life, so be happy,
Well, it could be very difficult, I'm sure, with various families, and people will interpret it differently. But if they see that you're very happy together, and you show that spontaneous, natural happiness, it'd be kind of selfish for them not to want that for you and not to be happy for you, even though they might have preconceived, prejudiced ideas, whatever, concerning it. So I'd say the best thing to do is just be happy when you're with them there, and but be understanding too if they're not immediately accepting. But I think you can eventually win them over, especially if they want to see the life and say, well, how are you going to be a year from now, or 3 years from now, 5 years from now? So over time, if you're still doing well in that, basically they'll be convinced at some point that, I guess that was a good relationship. You end up falling apart, they'll say, I was right. It wasn't good. So that could be another reason for kind of keeping the relationship together, so you can show them, I told you so, it was good.
I think that most people kind of just got to mind their own business. but most people just don't. And some people just have skeletons in their own closet, but they're willing to point out what other people are doing or judge what other people are doing when they're not so happy themselves. So that's unfortunate, but that's kind of just what people do. And I just feel like other people need to mind their own business, work on their happiness first, stop worrying about what this person is doing, and just focus on what brings them joy and brings them happiness, and not try to trample all over somebody else's finding their own joy and their own happiness and peace. So that's my opinion of it.
Good to me.
All right, so I guess we'll leave with this beautiful background here on this balcony. Let me show some of the balcony more. Yeah. We got a balcony this time. And last time we had an inner room, and so we didn't have this beautiful, beautiful view. And let's see, background come all the way around, and yeah. So this is awesome, and we kind of got spoiled. So moving forward, every time we're on a cruise now, we're pretty much going to just get a balcony because it's worth it. It's awesome having this view and not being on the inside. You come out, you gotta be. Plus, it's a bigger size than the inner rooms as well, so that's perfect. No, I'm not worried about that. I just want them to see this beautifulness, and in our relationship with interracial and Asian relationship, this is something you can enjoy, and it doesn't matter about other people. If they're willing to judge, you let them judge because they're not happy themselves. Because whenever you judge another person, you're not too happy yourself. So, all right. Well, we're out, and we're gonna enjoy the rest of this.